Tonight at 9, roads have reopened near the crash site of this morning's single-engine plane crash, but the investigations still continue. The latest from police and the Federal Aviation Administration.
Plus, the 6 lives lost in the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse were honored yesterday. How friends and family are remembering the beloved construction workers.
And in Georgia, investigations continue into the motive of a car crash into an FBI field office today. We have the latest on the suspect.
A new abortion ban is just 30 days away from taking effect in Florida, what it means for upcoming reproductive laws in the Republican state.
Severe weather is possible across the state of Indiana for the next 24 hours. Stay tuned to see how you can stay safe.
Local news about local people, live from Ball State Unified Media. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us at 9. I'm Abby Urban.
And I'm Daniel Hochsteller. I've heard that there's some severe weather coming our way. So Ian, what do you got for us?
Well, right now you can see on the radar right now, you can see right on the Indiana-Illinois border down towards Greencastle, you can see the severe thunderstorms moving into the state. And again, down in southern Indiana, you're going to see those really warm temperatures moving with them. 74 degrees in Evansville right now, 69 Terre Haute, much cooler up in Muncie. But don't let those cool temperatures fool you, because we are under a severe thunderstorm watch right now as that system moves up across central Indiana. Hail possible with 70-mile-per-hour gusts. Over the next 24 hours, you are going to want to stay as weather aware as possible as we head into Tuesday and overnight as well. Stay tuned to the rest of the show to hear about thunderstorms coming tonight, large hail tomorrow, and a tornado outlook as we head into tomorrow evening.
Thank you so much, Ian. Tonight, federal and county officials are launching an investigation after a small plane crashed and injured 3 people in Muncie, 1 pilot and 2 bystanders. This happened in the northwest side of Muncie at the corner of North Schaefer Road and West Riggin Road Airport. And emergency officials held a press conference today to update the public. And while we don't know much about what caused this, we do know it could be months before we get a why.
Our Asha Watkins joins us now. And Asha, there are still a lot of questions out there still about the pilot and the people on the ground. Do you have anything new for us?
Definitely, Daniel and Abby, thank you so much. We don't know the exact condition of each person involved, but officials say the pilot of that Piper Cherokee aircraft is in serious condition. As for the 2 people on the ground, police say it was a couple that was just taking a walk on the Greenway when the crash happened. It's the first serious injury crash for the Delaware County Airport in 20 years. Tree branches and debris litters the sidewalk today as a single-engine Piper Cherokee aircraft crashed on the Cardinal Greenway. Officials say Delaware County Regional Airport received a call at 10:26 a.m. regarding a plane crash along Riggin Road and Schaefer Road. The plane was reported to have been circling the airport and appeared to have clipped the top of the trees from flying too low. Officials say the crash then caused a small fire, which was put out by the AEP workers doing electrical and infrastructure construction near the airport. Muncie Fire responded shortly after. The pilot became trapped in the wreckage and had to be cut out and transferred to Ball Memorial Hospital. They are believed to be in serious condition, with 2 people on the Greenway also sustaining injuries and being sent to area hospitals.
We're not for certain if they got hit by the plane or if they got hit by debris. However, they were injured. Don't know to what extent.
We responded with a truck, an engine, a heavy rescue, and 3 ambulances. Delaware County EMS responded with EMS units as well. And then we had fire units from the rural communities that responded with us as well.
The crash is under investigation by the Federal Aviation Administration, the National Transportation Safety Board, and the Delaware County Sheriff's Office. Yes, an hour ago, we confirmed with the police that the roads have been reopened. However, they are asking the public to avoid the area for now as the investigation continues. We'll keep you updated both on air and online with the condition of those victims, as well as when the final investigation report is released.
Thank you, Asha. Victims of the Baltimore Bridge collapse were honored at Easter service yesterday. Janae Reese reports.
Most people know William Navas as Abraham. Most days you may find him here at Epic Church playing the keyboard, though Easter Sunday feels heavier than it ever has.
It's not easy to think about it.
It's been a few days since he learned his friends, including Miguel Luna, were on the Francis Scott Key Bridge when it collapsed Tuesday morning.
It could have been one of us.
Navas says he's in contact with the survivors and victims' families, describing the moments they told him the bridge was hit and they fell into the water.
What happened in the water? Even the guy, one of the guys that got there, he didn't even know how to swim.
He says they were minutes away from the end of their shift.
And then all that happened. All he remembers is going down in the car, and then all the water just he just feels like he was floating all of a sudden. And then he opened the window. He couldn't swim. He just held on to some concrete stuff until he got rescued. He couldn't swim.
Navas says he feels for them because he used to work on the bridge doing the same job they did.
Now, I don't work there now, but I work there, so I know the feeling. Even if there's no accidents, it's horrible to work there because of the wind, because of the weather.
As he holds back tears while telling their stories, Navas is reminded of the comfort his church and pastors are providing.
But we want to stand united with our city. We want to stand united with our first responders that are working so hard and tirelessly to rescue those bodies, to reopen the port so the jobs can start up again.
They prayed, collected donations, and a church offering to directly help his friends and all the victims.
We want to honor them, but we also want to support the families.
Dorleen Antonio Castillo, Cabrera, Jose Lopez.
And as their names are read out loud, they are reminded their faith is strong.
Make a commitment with God. Always be kind to everyone and their job or everywhere, because you never know when it's your time to go.
Crews are working to open a temporary channel near the Baltimore Bridge collapse for essential vessels.
There were some frightening moments in Atlanta today after a driver rammed an SUV into a gate at the FBI fieldhouse. The driver got out of the vehicle attempting to enter the building, and he was quickly placed under arrest. The suspect was taken to a hospital for an evaluation. No one at the FBI was hurt. The agency is investigating the incident. Right now, the FBI and DeKalb County Police have not determined a possible motive.
Today, the Florida Supreme Court upheld the state's existing 15-week ban on abortions. That paves the way for a stricter 6-week ban to soon become law. The 6-week ban will take effect in 30 days. However, the court also approved the wording of a proposed state constitutional amendment protecting the right to an abortion. That means Florida voters will be able to vote on the proposed amendment this November. It will go on the ballot as Amendment 4 and will need approval from 60% of voters to pass.
The Department of Health and Human Services has issued new guidance for hospitals regarding consent. In a letter to teaching hospitals and medical schools, HHS said doctors performing pelvis or prostate exams must get signed consent from the patient if they are to be under anesthesia. It said patients should have the same opportunity to consent and participate in education. The department says the new guidance is meant to clarify requirements for participants in Medicare and Medicaid programs.
Coming up, see how one teen is helping refugees through technology.
Plus, find out what Google is doing to help clear its name. All that and more after the break.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Man, life's lonely. Like, going through life's lonely.
There is the therapeutic aspect of music, just expressing how you feel. I'm going to talk to Howie about his feelings, make it into a song.
Welcome back. A teenager in Iowa has turned his passion for computer repair into compassion for others. 16-year-old Kathir Kalyana Rahman refurbishes old computers donated by businesses and individuals and gives them away to refugees from all over the world. He does it through a nonprofit he set up called Tech Gift. So far, Kalyana Rahman has given away more than 370 computers. One of them went to a Ukrainian refugee in Iowa who used it to get her nursing assistant certification.
Google is set to delete billions of users' browsing records to settle a $5 billion privacy lawsuit. The tech giant will also switch off third-party traffickers by default and notify users when their data is being collected. Plaintiffs accuse Google of collecting millions of users' data without their knowledge while they were using incognito mode. Google says the data it collected was technical in nature, was never associated with any individual, and was never used for any form of personalization.
Potholes and other road problems are a common issue around the state of Indiana, but one small town in Texas is leaning on artificial intelligence to help them keep their streets in good condition. The town of Ty plans on partnering with Nexco Highway Solutions of America. Together, they would use artificial intelligence to provide pavement condition ratings. The technology will give Ty a clearer vision of what roads are in most need of repair. Road surveys are expected to start within a week, and that process will take about 3 months to complete.
New analysis by Bankrate.com finds that home buyers in nearly half the country need a six-figure household income to comfortably afford a median-priced house. A recent analysis by Bankrate.com found that in 22 states, purchasers need to make a six-figure salary to afford a typical home. They also calculated that buyers would need to earn that income to afford the median home price, which was just over $400,000 in January, according to Redfin. And experts say wages haven't kept pace with the rising cost of home ownership.
Significant chances of severe weather across the state right now. Find out more after the break.
As a dad, every day is a challenge. To make sure that the time that I have, I spend with them. It doesn't matter how tired you are, you have to try and to teach them. When they learn something new, and you can just see in their faces, it's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
Oh man, I can't believe I'm missing this. Okay, Grandma. I see you.
Don't get stuck at home with the flu. A flu shot is the best way to prevent the flu and its potentially serious complications. It keeps you, your community, and loved ones protected. Don't get flu FOMO. Learn more at getmyflushot.org.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Can't believe you're doing this alone. I've done it before. I remember. You threw your back out. How you holding up?
Hand me that board.
Nothing wrong with getting help.
I'm good.
I did it when Felicia left.
I'll figure it out.
I know you will, but you don't have to do it alone. That's all I'm saying.
If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence?
Now you need my help.
It can be a real pain sometimes, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
right now we're going to see severe weather across Indiana, and it's starting to enter towards southern Indiana, around the Illinois-Indiana border. Down here towards these warm temperatures, 74 degrees in Evansville, 69 Terre Haute, very warm around where that weather is entering the state, 52 degrees up in Muncie as well. And right now we are under a severe thunderstorm watch right here in southern Delaware County, right here in Muncie, down towards Connorsville as well. And also pay attention to large hail possible throughout the next 24 hours. Again, 2 inches in diameter, that's enough to cause damage to your car, enough to anything around your house as well. So definitely move anything inside your house if possible, your cars, your chairs. Definitely want to stay very safe over the next 24 hours. As again, we've talked about in southern Indiana, those thunderstorms moving in right now. Down here, this is around Greencastle. You can see these dark red right here. That's where you're going to see the system that we are paying attention to right now. It's going to bring in a lot of that rain, especially as it moves into central Indiana and Muncie throughout the night. Looking at tonight as well, again, those thunderstorms going to arrive around 11 p.m. here in Muncie. 56 degrees with pretty light winds, southeast 8 miles per hour at 2 a.m., 56 degrees. Those rain is going to start to calm down a little bit as the actual thunderstorms move out of the area. But that is not going to be the end of severe weather, because we are again under a flood watch as a side effect of those thunderstorms. This is valid through 5 p.m. tomorrow. Again, all throughout Delaware County and much of Indiana, except up there up north. You're going to want to pay attention to all this rain as you head on the roads, not only tonight, but as you head into tomorrow as well. You're going to potentially see significant flooding on your way to work and on your way home from work. Tomorrow as well, 53 degrees at 8 a.m. You're going to see some breaks throughout the day. 12 p.m., some lighter rain, 52 degrees, but 20 mile per hour gusts as fronts start to move into Delaware County. Thunderstorms, 5 p.m., 67 degrees, 36 mile per hour gusts. This is where you're going to want to stay the most cautious as we head into tomorrow. Because look at right here, I'm going to step off the screen for a moment so I can show you this tornado threat tomorrow. Focusing in here on Muncie, we are in that hatched zone. That means a significant threat of severe weather across much of Delaware County, with only Marion outside of it up towards the north. Again, that's a 10% zone already. A lot of significant weather is possible. It can cause a lot of damage to your vehicles. Tornadoes, damaging winds, and hail. Those are the 3 threats you're going to want to watch out for. With, again, that heavy rainfall being important to watch out for, especially as you're driving to and from work. But it's not the main thing you're going to watch out for. Here on our Precision Cast Muncie at 10 p.m., you're going to start to see around midnight, you're going to see these pink areas right here down towards southern Delaware County, again, where Connorsville was, around Indianapolis as well. That's where you're going to see the most rain, the most severe weather as we head overnight. But we are going to see another chance later tomorrow. This clearing we talked about is going to set up more energy so we can see bigger severe weather, bigger, more impactful storms as we head later into Tuesday at 4 p.m. You can see this pink dot right here, right in northern Muncie. As well, you can see that red throughout Anderson and Portland as well. That severe weather is going to stick with us again 5 p.m. That is when you're going to want to be the most cautious tomorrow. There's again a chance of tornadoes again around that time. You are going to want to stay safe. Try to stay off the roads if you can, although I do understand that is when a lot of people will be leaving work. You're going to want to stay as cautious as possible regardless. 90% chance of showers on Tuesday, 70% on Wednesday, as well as those systems begin to move out of the area. Going to cool down a little bit, 41 degrees and 43 degrees on Wednesday and Thursday. You're going to start to see some clearing as we move away from that weather. 53 degrees on Saturday, warming up a little bit, 55 and 66 on Sunday and Monday. Definitely a time where we are going to want to see a lot of cautious behavior. You're going to want to take things into your house overnight if possible to give them cover, and you're going to stay off the roads for a lot of tomorrow.
Obviously, our biggest thing here is going to be safety. Safety first is always an option here, priority.
Absolutely, safety, and also make sure that your cars are in cover and stuff like that as well.
Well, thank you so much, Ian, and now we're going to take it over to Jake with this preview in sports.
One high school here in Delaware County competes for a state championship, and one Ball State program is heating up at the right time. All this and more next in sports.
It's something about having that piece of paper. Some people think that's worth more than my skills.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
You gotta be so good they can't ignore you.
It's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
Analytics and empathy. That's how I've gained clients.
I am more.
I'm more
than who I am on paper.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
¿Qué color? Perfecto, mijo.
Gracias. Thank you.
What's wrong, mijo?
Donating to a pet's medical care is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
At night, NewsLink Indiana brings you the news before you go to bed. But Friday mornings, you're waking up with Cardinal Weather, bringing you up to speed on the day's top stories.
And giving you up-to-the-minute conditions from the Ball State Weather Center.
And of course, lots of fun.
I gave mine personality. Look, it's got eyebrows.
Ooh.
My lucky glove didn't even work.
But I also am excited for those fall temperatures.
Start your Friday mornings with Cardinal Weather, live on the Cardinal Weather Facebook page.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Jake Dickman with sports. Former Indianapolis Colts cornerback Vontae Davis was found dead in his Florida home today. Authorities in Broward County say foul play is not suspected. Davis made headlines in 2018 during his time with the Buffalo Bills, where he retired at halftime. The cornerback played with the Colts from 2012 to 2017 and made 2 Pro Bowl appearances in 2014 and 2015. In his 10-year NFL career, Davis played in a total of 121 games, totaling 22 interceptions and 97 pass deflections. He was only 35. Over the weekend, the Wapahani Raiders made their way to Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis for the Class 2A IHSAA Boys State Basketball Finals. After a sluggish start, the Raiders never able to fully recover in this one as they lose 55-36 to the Brownstown Central. This ends the illustrious career of Wapahani's Isaac Andrews, the program's all-time leading scorer. Andrews led the Raiders on the day with 22 points of his own. Focus for head coach Matt Luce and the rest of the returning Raiders now turns towards another run in 2025. To swing it over to the tennis courts, Ball State men's tennis looks to soar high to finish regular season play. NewsLink Indiana's Jake Garcia met up with the squad to learn more.
1, 2, 3! As any season wraps, momentum can play as a huge factor for any team. That statement serves true for Ball State men's tennis as they look to finish off strong.
No question it's important to have the momentum. We have it now, and we'd love to keep it, but one match at a time, and whatever we are going into the tournament, that's a new season.
The Cardinals will try to ride that momentum not only to finish regular season play, but also heading into the MAC tournament later this month.
That feeling, that confidence is really good, helps us during the season, and so coming in these next 3, that momentum is going to just help us, confidence building and just the belief.
Over the weekend, Ball State is able to continue their momentous streak by picking up 2 huge wins over Toledo and Buffalo, boosting the Cardinals to 4 straight wins. Let the mascots!
Yeah! Huge winning both matches at home. Really close in the conference, everyone's good, so to get these 2 wins is huge for us.
After a successful 3 games won at home, the Cards look to repeat that with their last 3 regular season matches on the road. Yes!
Fortunately, we were able to do that because on the road, at Western, at Northern, and at UIC, those are all going to be, it's always a little bit tougher when you're on the road. Everybody knows that.
Ball State will keep their foot on the gas as they compete for a regular season championship and as they head towards the MAC tournament. Still top dog, baby! In Muncie, Jake Garcia, NewsLink, Indiana.
To chip over to the green, Ball State women's golf competes in the EKU Colonel Classic at Gibson Bay Golf Course today. The first 36 holes of the 54-hole event has started today at 8:30 a.m. Through the first 36, sophomore Jasmine Driscoll leads the way for Ball State, tied for 11th while 6 over par. The Cardinal squad is currently a collective 38 over par. The final round is set to start at 8:30 tomorrow morning with a shotgun-style start. Now, guys, it's great to see the tennis team getting on a roll as they head towards the postseason. That's all it's all about. It's all about momentum.
I really like their energy. Obviously, when you have a really good energy and they have a lot of good energy and a lot of charismatic people on the team, it definitely helps with that momentum. So I'm super excited for that.
Oh yeah, I thought I was watching a Wimbledon match there because of that much energy that I saw. It was great, fantastic.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. So thank you so much, Jake. Stay tuned. We have a doctor's perspective on April Fool's Day, what impact today may have on our health.
Plus one final look at our forecast next.
Attacks against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders are on the rise.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer. In terms of the hate crimes, I think there is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back. If you unknowingly poured salt instead of sugar in your coffee this morning, you're not alone. Today is a prankster's favorite pseudo holiday. April 1st may actually give your health a boost, and that's no joke. Psychologist Susan Albers with Cleveland Clinic says this day is devoted to fun, and a prank or joke may be just what you need to relieve some stress and connect with others. But to make this day a potential health success, Albers says to know pranks may be coming and remind yourself that it's all in good fun. If you're the prankster, Albers says to read the room and make sure your joke is appropriate.
Residents in South Bend celebrated Dingus Day today. The Polish holiday marks the end of Lent and the joy of Easter. It's celebrated the Monday after. Observers mark the day by eating Polish food, including kielbasa, noodles, and cabbage. There's socializing and lots of activities. South Bend's Dingus Day celebration is also notable for the big political names that have dropped into town over its history. In fact, the day has become the unofficial kickoff to campaign season for the Indiana primaries.
Well, definitely some interesting things happening today for it being April Fool's Day. But what's going on with that weather, Ian?
Well, unfortunately, it's not as much as a joke as we would like because we're going to see a lot of severe weather over Indiana over the next 24 hours. We have a chance of tornadoes tomorrow. Around 5 p.m. is the main time those are going to arrive. In fact, you should overnight as well. We're going to see hail come along with those storms. So you should take everything inside, try to take your car in the garage if possible. We're under a flood watch right now. We're under a severe thunderstorm watch until 3 a.m. A lot of things to be cautious about, especially if you're heading out at any point tonight or going to or coming from work tomorrow. 90% chance of rain on Tuesday. 70% on Wednesday as well as the system moves throughout the area. Again, tomorrow, hail, tornadoes possible, severe thunderstorms overnight. Everything you want to be cautious about is happening tonight. You definitely want, again, to stay safe, stay tuned in to your local meteorologist throughout tomorrow as well. Definitely want to stay as safe as possible.
Safety, safety, safety. Obviously, it's always important. So we're going to continue to look at that. Thank you so much, Ian. That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And stay connected with NewsLink Indiana Weathers for updates on possible severe watches and warnings at NewsLink Indiana Facebook page and Instagram. Have a great night and stay safe.